To this day, there are buildings on the Cape that have no windows at all. So I guess the technology works to a certain extent. But they have about 200 people working there. NASA and their contractors have offices over there, and they decide what missions they're going to do and how they're going to do them. And you can see the ubiquitous construction equipment out here now, because a lot of building is going on these days. This building is the ONC, the Operations and Checkout Building. And you guys ever see the bus when the astronauts are getting on it, waving? This is where they live. They are quarantined here for a couple of days before they launch. Make sure they're not sick or don't get sick or cause anybody else to get sick. So they do live here, and they check out all of the equipment they bring into space. All the Apollo equipment, all the shuttle equipment. The Orion capsule that we launched in December was checked out in that high bay back there. And that building was named for Neil Armstrong just a year ago in July. His crewmates were here. It's pretty cool to have them here. Even being in the same zip code as Michael Collins and Buzz Aldrin is a pretty cool thing. And this is our space station processing building. This is where they put together the payloads, take them up to space, the space station. And they recently delivered, I don't know if you heard, space's first espresso machine. It's true, now they can have espresso up there. No word on any Biscotti asteroids or anything, but so they have a crew up there right now. They have currently, I do believe they have 3 astronauts at the moment. They're waiting for the next launch from Kazakhstan to get new crew members up there. But 2 of them are staying for a year to test long-range, long-term space flight on the body. Because when we go to Mars, you're going to be flying a long time. And so we want to see how dangerous or detrimental it would be. So they have volunteered to do that. So it's interesting because one of the astronauts is a twin, an identical twin, of another astronaut who's retired. It's Mark and Scott Kelly. And Mark Kelly is the one that's retired now. And he's married to Gabby Gifford, who you may know, you may have heard of her in Arizona. So anyhow, folks ask why here? Why this particular spot on Earth? It's a good question. Well, the space age and the missile age kind of grew up together. Because as we developed new missiles, bigger missiles, we learned we could put people on them, send them into space. But the missile program started over in White Sands, New Mexico. Trouble was, when they first started, they often didn't go in the direction they wanted them to go in. As a matter of fact, that happened a lot. And as you know, New Mexico is landlocked and very close to Mexico. After a few ugly incidents with that particular government, the Mexican government, in essence, told us where we could put our rockets. So we had to find another spot. And we discovered we want to launch over the water. Because if they blow up over the water. If they splash down, they don't hurt anybody. Fish don't have congressmen to complain to. So, we found a spot of land over here at Cape Canaveral, did a lot of missile testing. And then we adjuncted here because we get the land pretty cheaply. And we get a nice little boost for the rockets as we get the rotation of the Earth out here. There are our active launch pads on the left. This is the causeway. And we're going to tell you what they are from the back of the bus. You can see that tall white building, that rectangular building with the 4 lightning towers to its left. That's a 41, that's an Atlas V launch pad. And there is a rocket in there, actually, that's going to be launched in July. In the middle between these 2 great buildings, that is SpaceX's launch pad, the 4 lightning towers. That is where Launch Complex 40, and that's where SpaceX will launch on the 26th at 11:09 in the morning. So if you're going to be out here, you'll be able to see that. Yeah. And out where Wendell is, towards the front of the bus, you can see 2 lightning towers in a big tall building. That is pad 37. That is a Delta IV launch pad. And we're going to be having a launch there on July 21st at 8:15 at night. And that is historically important. John Kennedy was at that launch pad 6 days before he died, checking out a Saturn 1B. There's a famous picture of him and Werner von Braun and some other folks. And next to it, you can't see it, but just geographically, to the right of it is pad 34, where the Apollo 1 fire happened. So it has been dismantled, but the launch pad is still there. And if you're ever on the Cape Tour, you'll be able to take a look at that. And now we're heading down to the causeway. We're going to turn around and take you to these bleachers over here and let you get out and take some pictures. And Wendell's going to spin us around here, do a little 4-wheeling. As they're doing a lot of construction out here, too, as a matter of fact. So we might see some manatees, might see some dolphin, because when the pelicans are fishing, the dolphin are usually out here. So keep a look out for the fin bobbing up and down, or you might see a flipper of a manatee out here. Here we go on the right. We have some over here on the right. Take a look, see a fin coming up. Wendell's pretty good at spotting. So we can fish on the right side. That's why they say the fish are all on the left side, because they're all protected over there. Oh, and also on the right is Port Canaveral. If you guys ever take a cruise or on one, it's where they dock. So this water is pretty shallow, actually, except to where you get to the channel. It's pretty about waist high, pretty much all the way across. And again, we'll point out 37 is towards the rear of the bus now.